There we go. Alrighty. Can you talk for me real quick as well?
Sure. What do you
Okay.
need me to say?
There we go. I'm just making sure both my audio is coming through and as well as yours for the recording.
Okay.
All right. Well, hello everyone. My name is T-Dog. I am a VRC content creator, as well as well, VRC content creator, both on Twitch.tv, um, as well as TikTok. I do both videos as well as streaming. Um, Streaming being on Twitch, and of course the video making being on TikTok. Just started about a month ago. Nothing too extreme, but I'm really glad to be here. Mm.
Okay. So, starting with the first question, what made you want to be a content creator?
Um, I always have. Um, I was actually inspired by Shocks_VR, who just recently became Twitch partners. So, congrats, Shocks. Shocks is a good friend of mine. They were the ones to really inspire me to even touch streaming again, to be honest. Um, as well as their mod, a really sweet lady by the name of Lunar. Um, and I would have to say, without them, I wouldn't have been inspired. And in terms of how they inspired me, if anybody's ever had a chance to see the kind of content that Shocks provides, is very high quality and very high energy. Um, she pulls in very large numbers um, despite being a mute. She is very talented, where even though she cannot project her voice, she still projects her energy through her expressions, as well as keeping up with her chat by actually typing in VR. And if anybody knows, you know how difficult that can be. And it is just absolutely amazing to watch. Um, so it was more the fascination. Um, as well as it had been something that I had been thinking about for since my first few days of VRC, which was about 3 years ago. Um, I never really pulled the trigger until, well, now, and actually getting the boost in the confidence I needed.
All right. Nice story. Um. All right. Second question: what is the best experience you've had a fan? Not counting this interview, T Dog.
I still want to say this interview though. So best experience with a fan, correct?
Correct.
So like I said, I've only been doing this for about a month and a half. It would be more accurate to say the better experiences meeting the people that would call me a fan. Um, the people that have been utter role models currently in my life, that have shown me the correct path, or at least the path that I wish to go about of my content creation, and what I'm trying to build. Um, and those, they never like to accept those terms as role model or as inspiration, because I think it's hard for anybody to accept that sometimes they can influence others. And I'm more guilty of that than others. Um, but to answer the original question, it was actually a few weeks here ago. There is a viewer, um, as well as another content creator, that on my day off, because I usually take Mondays and Thursdays for my own personal health, as well as just to relax from stream because burnout is a thing. And I don't want to burn out of something that I truly, truly love, which is this. Um, but going back to what I was saying, for the viewer, they actually ended up making me cry. It's a lot different actually meeting someone, especially on VRC or even in real life. Being able to hear the gratitude, the appreciation in someone's tone of voice, um, as well as also their reactions in person. Um, because I've had both. In terms of the happiest, though, and recent, and would have had to been when the viewer came to see, because I accept everyone's VRC friend request. Um, and they said how I inspired them, as well as how I make their day better. And there was a lot of other sappy stuff that they said, but it didn't mean I didn't appreciate it any less. And I actually ended up breaking down. And I was with one of my content creator friends by the name of Solus. Absolutely sweet, sweet being. Um, and they were there to help console and to actually take me to the side. Um, kind of looked like a fool, but it was very interesting experience for sure. Um, just because since starting this, it's been definitely new experiences one after another.
All right. Third question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the story or inspiration behind the cute little dog?
Okay, this interview is about to be cut short, and you and I are about to throw fists. No, I'm kidding. Um, Small, fun size, boopable, but not cute, or any of those terms. I'm very just I don't. But to answer your question about the story, funny enough, if you would take a look at it as a whole, there really is not too much of a story. Um, the story of how this avatar came to be was just as simple as it was one of my first avatars. I thought it was um, very poetic to say, would be the term, because this was my very first avatar that I commissioned in VRC, the main avatar that I wore for a very, very long time. In terms of the personality that some would say that I portray, um, it is me. It's who I am. Um, the best way to explain is for me kind of using a quote from Shrek. Life has many layers. Life is an onion. It is a very poor, poor reference, but the analogy is still there. As you may have seen, I have a couple different avatars that I use. Um, this all depends on just, and I think this goes for anyone, state of mind, being, but overall general mood. Because at the end of the day, I'm still me, but I just have different sides of me that are all just me. whether it's be happy or sad, um, or even being the small little dog, or wanting to dance, and my Rex and my bigger boy Avatar.
All right, nice and short, but a little bit of a deep kind of question there or answer there. All right, for the next question, what is the best advice you would give a up and coming or new content creator?
Can I get more context into that question? Advice as in overall general life advice, or what kind of advice?
Advice as in to like help them out with the journey of being a content creator.
As
I know you're
corny,
fairly new yourself too.
you're very correct. But I have been streaming for 7 to 8 years. I am a Twitch partner for 3. Um, some of the general advice is things can rapidly grow and they can feel overwhelming. The only thing that I really can say to new individuals is ride out the wave. Um, it may be feeling overwhelming. It may feel like you are drowning at times because of so much pressure because you don't want to disappoint. But ride the wave out. Things will eventually become to a standstill where you will find your rhythm, you will find your enjoyment of whatever reason that you may have for doing this. But at the end of the day, you'll be able to do what you love because you want to, not because your viewers want you to, because you want to. We all care about our communities, our viewers, the people who support and pick us up. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the motivation to carry on, then you need to be able to lean on others as they would to you. Just things can seem overwhelming, but ride out the wave and you will get there.
All right, thanks for those inspiring words. Okay. And for the next question, if you were to work with any company as a sponsorship, who would it be and why?
So that is to answer your question. I would pick. I would have to pick. So there's an energy drink, and I really, really love this energy drink. And funny enough, I actually have it right next to me. um, is Ghost Energy. And if anybody has not checked it out, you can Google it. Ghost Energy drink. They have like a couple different flavors. Um, there's a red and blue Sour Patch flavor. There's a Swedish fish flavor. There's an orange dreamsicle flavor. Um, and it has like 5 calories. Zero sugar. Like it's a fantastic energy drink. If I had to pick a sponsorship, it would definitely have to be that because it's something that I use in my day and day content creation just to like get to the next pick me up. And I think we've all been there where it's just we're running just a little bit low on energy, but we still got responsibilities to do. Yeah.
So not Monster, because you guys both share the
I
same color.
I would that would be amazing, but at the same time it goes into the question of Would I love it? Yes. In terms of sponsorships, it's very hard to go to a company and say, look, small green dog to promote company. They're going to look at you kind of crazy, like, okay, wait a minute. What are you doing? Making videos, small green dog. Um, it's an
Right.
interesting concept because when you talk about sponsorships and stuff like that, it's a whole different conversation. Um, and something that it's in terms of business talks on content creation side and the back end, um, some negotiations for sponsors because I have been sponsored before as well, been streaming for 7 8 years. Um, it is just a complete different conversation from the content creator to the company who is willing to pay for the sponsorship. There are strict rules, um, and it's a mutual benefit to both parties. It really is. But to answer your question, I would love Monster. I would love Monster Energy just because of neon green and black are still my favorite colors. And just having that little Monster Energy logo just at the bottom right. I mean, I could just grab like an image off of Google, but that's not right. That's not right. That's not okay.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. Next question. What's something you would have liked to have known before you started your journey of content creation?
You know, that was a question that was asked to me on stream, and it's a very hard question for me because I'm not a person who knows it all. I'm a very much of a person that takes it day to day, and I roll with the punches. I guess that's why I'm so good at my real life job, which is very much roll with the punches for sure. And how stressful it can be. In terms of what I had wished I had known before getting into everything, knowing that mental health days are a real thing, um, that would have to be the longest, the shortest answer that I could give because there's been plenty of times that I have burnt myself out because I did not know when to say no, that I put too much pressure on myself, um, that it is okay to take a break. Just because you take one day off doesn't mean the whole entire world is going to fall apart. And the world that you built, you meticulously crafted. Just because you take a day off does not mean that House of Cards is going to fall.
Yeah, I get that. All right. Next question. Besides games, what's something you would really love to add to your channel or videos?
In terms of adding, I there so there's a lot of ideas that go into that. On stream I talked about my roadmap for 2022. Some of the things that I would like to add that are eventually coming down this year. Um, I have a lot of people, a lot of viewers that are very generous, that are very supportive, that want to see this grow more than I do, I would swear. But a VTuber. I have that commissioned. It will be started here. The project will be started here in about 2 months. Sorry, in 2 weeks, and then it'll probably be about a couple months until it does happen. But definitely being able to branch out, to be able to see new people through the VTuber avatar, as well as to play other games and stuff like that. would allow me to break away and come back to VRC when I would like. But other things that I would like to add is more emojis, more updated channel graphics, but overall just quality of life. Um, make it as simple and as high quality as possible for all of my viewers, um, all of my supporters, and the people that I care about, which is everyone.
All right. And this is more of a jump
Hmm.
at you question or more of a
Hmm.
thinker question for you.
Yeah.
If you were to start all over again from day one, knowing what you know, would you do anything different?
It kind of goes back to not last question, but the question before of, and I would reset in a heartbeat just because when you start the content creation journey, it is exactly that. It is a journey. It is a journey of progress that you get to see yourself unfold, to be able to grow, to discover. Um, if you're asking if I would in definitely a heartbeat. Into everything that I would know now. Still definitely taking those mental health days, but also knowing to never try it as a career path. One of the biggest pitfalls that somebody can fall into, especially in this line, is you see all this success, all of this progress that you have made. But the pitfall is thinking some people can do it, some people are doing it. But just like an NBA player, can you become an MLB player, major professional baseball player? Of course. Or an NBA player. You can certainly become one of those. The likely chance of a normal individual making a living off of content creation is very, very rare. You may not see how rare it is because it seems like everyone is doing it. But the reality is, not everybody can become a professional baseball player or a professional NBA player. Same thing, not everyone can be a professional full-time content creator. Never try to go into it thinking that you're going to get anything out of your content creation besides smiles, hope, and because you want to, motivation and drive to be able to wake up. Um, for me, this is my hobby and passion. This will never be an end all be all career path. Because yes, you can build your own brand, but it's just as important in real life to be able to focus on an actual career path and use this, your content creation, as an outlet to relieve stress, to have fun, to be able to hang out with people that you care about. Never look at content creation, doing TikTok, streaming as a viable career path. If the opportunity presents itself, look at it. But don't go into this expecting you're going to be the next ninja or the next shroud. It's a lot of time, effort, and energy, and a little bit of luck. Not everyone can do it. That's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket. So,
All right, and as my traditional jokey question,
mm.
what is your favorite form of treats? Head pats or cuddles?
I'm gonna, because I'm greedy, I'm gonna take both. I love head pats. I also love cuddles. I don't know what you want from me here. I'll take both without a second thought.
All right, well, that's it for me.
Ooh, perfect.
Anything you want to ask or say before we end it?
So from you, I ended up hearing that you have a tradition of asking a question for you. Are you doing this for yourself, or are you doing this for the viewers?
Uh, I do this to, like, you mean my content creation?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I do it to get to give people, I guess you could say, a cheap laugh, smile. I have a video up that's a quote from Robin Williams where he says, you know, if I can make someone's day, if I can make one person smile, then I found the wealth I need to live. And I agree with that quote. You know, if you can make one person's day just a little bit better, then your day was successful. And I take that into the content I like to make. It's a lot of goofiness. It's a lot of quick, cheap laugh stuff, and I figured I do that.
Mm-hmm. But kind of last closing things. If you guys did find me interesting, I do stream over on twitch.tv /tdog. I will hand kind of all the social media link to the hoster over to Broken.
Oh, 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 don't worry. I'll be linking all your stuff that I can.
But yeah, that is
I'll
my
be.
main platform is just Twitch. Feel free to check me out there as well as TikTok, DDog VRC.
All right. I think that was a good interview.
I got about an hour, and then